welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here, where I am doing Throwback Thursdays, where I'm doing 4 different looks with 4 different palettes with a theme, and this week's theme is Glamlite, so I'm going to be using some Glamlite palettes. So for today, which today is Monday, but this will be going up on Thursday for Throwback Thursday. So for the first look, I'm going to be using the Glamlite Ghost Face palette. So it has this cool lenticular cover here, and this is what the palette looks like here. I'm just going to be doing a gray look, like with this shade, probably this shade, and this shade here. And I'm probably going to use, I don't know, this shade here or this shade here. I'm not really sure yet. So we are going to be doing that. I do these videos just to spark some creative juices from anyone. If you have these palettes, to maybe use these palettes, or if you have palettes similar to these, you know, maybe you'd want to use these palettes, maybe you'd want to use palettes like this, something like that, just to get ideas, something like that. So I'm going to start out with Movie Night, and I'm going to take my Sonia G brush and do the windshield wiper movement. Across my eyes. This is a light gray color. So how's everybody been doing? I've actually been doing pretty good lately. I had been having some trouble with my meds, but I think I am back on track. With my med schedule. Finally getting my hours back at work. Okay, I think I'm going to go into this shade. Let's go into the shade Ghostly Gray. I'm going to put it in my crease. It's a little lighter than the color I thought I was going to use. But that's okay. Let's blend that back in with the movie night. Very nice, very nice. And let me take my blender brush and let's go into curfew hour for some dimension. Oh, that is blending out beautifully. I've had this palette for a while, but the shades still are working beautifully. This is a beautiful palette. This palette is working out amazingly. Beautiful cool tones. Cool gray tones. Beautiful cool gray tones. Just a reminder, if you live in Texas, they are doing early voting. So this is your opportunity to go vote in the primary elections. And if you're in any other state, find out when you're voting, when you're supposed to be voting for your primaries. I'm not exactly sure when voting day is. It's sometime in March. Okay, I'm taking that darkest shade and putting it in my lower lash line. Oh wow, look at that. Look at just those three colors made this look. Okay, now I'm going to go into sharpest knife. Beautiful shimmer. Kind of a multi-chrome. Absolute beauty. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Love this look. Love this look. Just clean up a little in here. But I need something in the inner corner. I think I'm just going to use that movie nights. Let me know what you think of the look. I'm going to go off camera and clean my brushes and put on some mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, and here's the final look. I am so excited to be using Glamlite this week. Oh, this just put me in a mood, in a good mood to be using Glamlite this week because their quality is so good. I am looking forward to using the palette, and tomorrow I'm going to be using one of my favorite palettes in my collection, and we will see what that palette is going to be. So here is the final look. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let's go ahead and move on to look number 2. You can tell I'm happy. Okay, we're on to look number 2, and I'm going to be using the Glamlite X Garfield palette, which I absolutely love this palette, and this is what it looks like. And we are going to be using this shade here, definitely this shade here, and probably this shade or this shade here. So Weekend's Lasagna, or maybe Mondays. No, definitely Lasagna. And Donut Please. And I'm not sure which shimmer I'm going to use. Maybe Abu Dhabi, maybe Teddy Bear, maybe Heart of Gold, maybe Nap Attack. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's start off with Weekend, though. And I used to love reading the Garfield comic. We used to, when I was growing up, we always got the newspaper. And I would always read the comics, the daily comics. Wow, that is a super pigmented shade. This is such a good palette. And I would always read the Garfield comic. And I would buy the comic, the books, the compilation books. Not sure what happened to those compilation books. But I loved all the characters that were in the comic. Okay, then we're going to go into Donut Please. And put that in the crease. And I, just like Garfield, love lasagna. we're just taking the shade and blending it in with the Weekend shade. Okay, I'm just gonna clean up around here a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna take that lasagna shade. When they talk about the good Glamlite quality, they always talk about the Garfield palette. The Garfield quality. And it is, because this was their top tier quality. Because not all of their palettes are the same. They'll say, is it Garfield good? Okay, I am going to take a little bit of this Monday shade. For some depth. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit. I'm going to take that Monday shade and go in my lower lash line. I really want to try that Nap Attack shade because I've never tried that one before. Kind of this greenish gold shade here. Would this go with the look? Probably not, but I'm going to try it anyways. Gonna do it anyway. Okay, that's interesting looking. this is definitely a look that we've got going on here. We'll zoom out. Okay, let me just work on this a little bit. I don't know how I feel about this. Let me take this Abu Dhabi shade and go over this. Yeah, I kind of like that better. Darn white balance. Okay, let me go put on some eyeliner, mascara, clean my brushes, all the usual suspects, and I will be right back with the final look. Okay, and this is the final look that we got going on here. I like it, just not as much as I've liked looks that I made with this one in the past. I don't know what I did differently exactly, but I do like this look. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not feeling this color story today. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not feeling the color story. Okay, this is the palette. I do still love the theming on it. Someday I will use this blue-gray. Someday. Okay. But I use this shimmer right here. And I used this shade, and these two shades right here. Okay, let's move on to look number 3. Okay, today on day 3, we are going to be using an oldie, real oldie, a real, I was going to say moldy oldie, but it's not moldy, a real golden oldie. The chocolate martini palette from Glamlite, and it looks something like this. And we are going to be using the Irish Cream, the Girls Night Out shade, the dark chocolate shade, and I want to use this shade right here, this chocolate liqueur shade right here, either that shade or this extra lit, this extra lit shade here. We'll see which one. But yeah, let's start with the Irish Cream shade. And work this on the eyelid. Let me pull my wig back some. So yeah, I got the Blend Bunny Diablo palette in the mail yesterday, and I want to know if y'all want to me to do 3 looks with that, or just a get ready with me Friday with that palette. Let me know down below. Maybe I'll put something up on my community post too, if y'all even care. Either way, If you even care, either way, let me know. But I think I'll put a community post up to do a poll, not a toll. Sometimes words are hard in the morning. Sometimes words are hard. Then we are going into Girls' Night Out, which looks like the kind of a milky chocolate shade. And then blend it back in with that Irish cream shade. There is this bakery in the town I live in that I want to try out this weekend. And it's supposed to have like French pastries and stuff like that. It's supposed to be very magnifique, and have all kinds of cool, cute pastries and stuff. And I want to try it out with my daughter. So we're going to try that out this weekend. Now I'm going into dark chocolate. And just F this all up. Oh, that is a dark, dark shade. I love a dark chocolate shade. Love me a brown look. Love me a nice brown look. A nice chocolatey brown look. That's why I've kept this palette all these years. I bought this palette. It was an exclusive where they were selling all their little... It was like this, the Dirty Martini, the wine, and the strawberry margarita. All for like $40. I think I gave the wine one away. But I kept the others. Go back into that Irish cream. Just to blend this all together. Oh, that looks nice. That looks nice. At least I think so. You're zoomed in. It might not look that great zoomed in, but for where I'm sitting, it looks good. Let's zoom out. Oh well, no, not let's zoom out yet. I haven't put on the shimmer. Let's put on this chocolate liqueur shimmer. Like that right there. This is a dark shade. Oh, this is great. Like I said, I love a dark chocolate look. They're shimmers, even though these are a little outdated. Still pack a punch. Okay, let's zoom out and let me clean up my look. Okay, let me put a little bit of that dark chocolate in my lower lash line. Okay, and then I want to put the shade called Vanilla Vodka in my inner corner to spice things up. To spice up the look. Very nice, very nice. Okay, yes, I'm loving this look. This is the look so far. I'm going to go off camera, put on my mascara, and do a lip and clean my brushes, and I will be right back. Okay, and this is the look. I absolutely love it. Definitely going to be keeping this palette around some more. So, this palette is going nowhere. So, I used this shade right here in my inner corner, this Vanilla Vodka shade here. And I used this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade right here. You can tell I've dipped into pretty much all of the shades. So I have definitely used this palette a lot in the past. So let me know what you think, and let's go ahead and move on to the fourth and final look, which is, what is the palette that I'm thinking of using? I think it's an older palette. No, it is one of the horror palettes, so it's not that old. But I think it might have come out a couple of years ago, so it is a little old. So let's go ahead and move on to that look. Okay, today we are going to be using the Glamlite Trick or Treat palette, and it looks like this. I'm thinking about using these 3 shades and maybe this shimmer right here. So we have got, oh, they don't really name their shades usually. Usually they're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe I might use the black, we will see. But let's take a drink of coffee and go ahead and get started. How do I want to do this look this time? Let's start off with the lightest shade. And let's do what we've been doing all week long. And just put the lightest shade in first. Yes. So, I hope everybody's week has gone well. I have to get in work early today. My bosses have the habit of texting me after I've gone to bed to ask me to come in to work early. So I wake up saying, hey, can you come in to work early? And I'm like, hey, I'm just getting this message. I can only get in as early as I can because you texted me after I went to bed. Granted, I do go to bed really early. Okay, going into this second shade. Maybe if you want to ask me to come in early, you can ask me at work. While I'm at work. I don't know. That's just a strange strange notion. I don't know. I could be way off base. Okay, going into this third color. I'm saying ask me the day before so I can plan for it. But I could be way off base. Oh, those are some pretty colors. Some pretty fall colors. Of course, this is a trick-or-treat palette. I'm going to take a little bit of that black and just put it right there. Right there. I do clean up my looks. It's been a real treat working with these palettes. Let me know if you have any of these palettes and what you think of them. Or any Glamlite palettes that you like. I have decluttered some Glamlite palettes in the past. Like the Scooby-Doo Creeps and Crawls palettes. I've had to declutter that because that one was just too dark for me. The color story was just too dark. And I had nowhere to wear it to. It was beautiful purples. I just had no occasion to wear such a dark look. This, however, is a very beautiful look. I'm going to go into that darkest shade that isn't a black. Well, I'm going to mix it with the black. Okay. All right. Okay, now let's use that shimmer. There we go, right there. Oh, yes. This didn't come out last year. I think it came out the year before. Maybe. So it's at least a year old. Oh yes, I think that looks great. Definitely more of a fall look, but I don't really do seasonal looks. But that is a beautiful, beautiful fall look. Let me just clean up this look a little bit on the inner corners. Let me use one of these lighter shimmers and do an inner corner highlight. One of these yellow gold shimmers. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to go off and clean my brushes, put on some mascara, maybe some eyeliner. I don't know. I don't think I need eyeliner. And I will be right back with the final look. Okay, so this is the final look that we've got going on here. I think it turned out really well. I think all the looks, even the Garfield look, turned out really well this week. I don't know which one is my favorite. Of course, I'm leaning towards this one because this is the one I'm looking at right now. But, yeah, I think this one, I like the chocolate martini one. I like the Ghostface Lives one. And, I even like the Garfield one. So let me know which one you liked, and or which Glamlite palettes you liked, or which ones you have, or which ones you like. Anything, just leave me a comment below. Let me know what's going on, and yeah, anything like that. Just leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Just leave me some emojis or anything like that. Anything you want to do, and yeah, please give this video a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. Please leave some kind of engagement, whatever you would like, and I will see you in the next video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Sending you out all of those good vibes, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, goodbye.